This week, a new study shows that only 6.3% of Harvard students are significantly stressed. And I hear if we can get it down to 5, we get a brain break bash.
Courier House holds the infamous Heaven and Hell party. Heaven, the party. Hell, the commute.
Classes can wait.
You're on Harvard time. Welcome to the 5th episode of On Harvard Time. We start with one of the most hallowed icons of Harvard College, the John Harvard statue.
We pee on it. Matt Damon's done it. JFK's done it. Al Gore probably did it. And I've done it. It was awesome.
And every day, hundreds of tourists come to see for themselves, making it the most photographed urinal since Marcel Duchamp's.
Who the hell is Marcel Duchamp?
I have no clue. In recent campus news, a Lampoon member was arrested for trying to cut down a tree on Mount Auburn Street. Here in On Harvard Time's First Point and Counterpoint are correspondents Andrew Velo and Jessica Napier.
This process of decisions made behind closed, wooden doors, this disempowerment of trees, this denial of tree citizenship must end now. Don't overlook this attempted murder. This armed oppression must be stopped.
Derek, it's obvious the issue here is not about tree rights, but our right to trees.
Don't trivialize this act of dendricide, Andrew. I learned about bigots like you in my Women's and Gender Studies class.
Harvard can't tell us what to do, Jessica. They should provide free trees for all undergraduates. We pay our tuition for the upkeep of the Harvard forest, and suddenly we have no say in how it's used? If we want to cut it down, it should be our right.
You're right?
Yes, I am right. The college knows students are just going to cut down trees anyway. Now we'll be forced to do it in Cambridge Common, or on weekend retreats to final clubs.
No other college provides free trees to undergraduates. I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You monster!
That's enough, guys. Turning to other news, as the debate over party grants continues, some have criticized the Undergraduate Council for acting immature or childish in their fight back. In a special Fearless Night to the UC, we have UC President Ryan Peterson. Ryan, your thoughts?
I'm Ryan Peterson.
That's a mop.
It's Ryan Peterson.
I'm Ryan Peterson.
It's not. That's a mop.
Fine. Thank you, Matt Sundquist.
Sorry.
Moving on, midterm season is underway and Harvard students are beginning to feel the heat. We now go live to Diana Wan, live at the Science Center. Diana?
Thank you, Christina. Students here have indeed been feeling the heat. Literally. Since the beginning of midterms, pressure on students has gone way up. At the same time, volume on campus has remained constant. So, by the kinetic theory of gases, temperatures at Harvard must increase.
Diana, your math is impeccable.
This problem is a serious threat. We could all be roasted alive studying for that Science B Corps or linguistics class. Could you imagine watching your roommate spontaneously combust as she writes her XPOS paper? It happened to me. And Harvard didn't even give me all A's for that semester.
That's hard to believe.
The whole Harvard Asian community could be living, breathing fire bombs.
I don't think that's...
Just the other day, I saw a freshman girl burst into flames running to her Egg 10 midterm. They had to call UHS. Then they had to call a hospital that actually knew what it was doing. The threat is real, Christina. It's time the university did something to put out this incendiary situation. In fact, I'm going to go talk to the dean's office right now. They're reasonable people.
Thanks, Diana.
This past Thursday, Lena Chen, the infamous Harvard junior and writer of the Sex and the Ivy blog, squared off with True Love Revolution. Harrison Greenbaum was there.
Hi, I'm Harrison Greenbaum, and I'm here with Lena Chen and Janie Friedel. Lena is representing her blog, Sex and the Ivy, and Janie is representing the True Love Revolution. So nice to see you guys. Looking good. I like it. I like it.
Well, TLR doesn't have a vlog, though.
Yeah, it's also...
Could we start a blog?
Well, actually, Lena and I were joking about me, like, starting a blog called Chastity and the Ivy. It was obviously
awesome.
just a
And
joke.
every post can be blank.
Anyway...
And scabies, that has to help the cause of TLR a little bit. Has there been like a membership spike since that outbreak?
Scabies?
Yeah, they're pretty gross.
I mean, like, also known as crabs, right? Is that the same thing?
No, the people who have sex know that they're different. And the name of your club is the True Love Revolution, so it's TLR. Are you a little upset that the Tuckman living room is trying to steal your fire by calling itself the TLR?
The what?
The Tuckman living room in the quad.
Oh, I've never heard of that. No, I mean, I don't know what position they take on sex before marriage.
Oh, they are very in favor of it. Do you have any questions for me?
How would you describe your penis?
It's like this. It's like this microphone that we've been using the whole time, in color and in length. During your conversation, you talked about what you define sex as. And can we, just for the viewers, so how would you define sex and what you're not having by being abstinent?
I mean, I would say that, like, when it comes to a heterosexual relationship, sex is the act of penetration.
Cool. And for you?
And I would agree with Lena.
So blowjobs, fair game?
I mean, blowjobs aren't sex.
Thanks, Harrison.
Early this week, the university approved secondary field programs in the arts, including ones for music, dance, and theater. Immediately following the announcement, cries of, "Oh, glorious muse, my Melipone!" drowned out all noise in Cambridge, and several mass pirouetting-related injuries were reported to UHS.
Christina, I know what that's like. I've got weak ankles.
Whatever. With his take, we turn to our very own Edward DeMullen, thespian.
Good day, Sir Derek and Lady Christina. My soul quakes with joy at these most happy words.
So, Edward, you're for these new artistic secondary fields?
I'll give it to you straight, Derek. English is just not enough of a worthless concentration anymore. Sure, I'd have a pretty sweet time with 4 years of Stephen Greenblatt and department tea stops with those delicious cucumber sandwiches. But with graduation, my golden days of exploration and thought fast fade away to the possibility of forced toil in such detestable spheres as education, or, God forbid, journalism. Heavens to Betsy! My parents might only partially disown me.
I guess that's bad?
But fear not. The Grey Lady will ne'er sink her claws into me now. I was meant for the stage, and now my college recognizes that. Secondarily, forsooth, I can see my new life stretched out before me, and it is glorious. I will pretend to have done fat. I will petition the dean to let me audit stage combat. I will buy a flask at Urban Outfitters. Maybe that's more VES. But what does it matter? On holidays, I will scoff every time my grandmother opens her mouth and sit across the room, drinking from my brandy snifter and smoking cigarillos 2 at a time.
Edward, it's just a secondary field.
Fine, Derek. I will smoke only 1 cigarillo at a time, but it will be delicious.
Thank you, Edward. And thank you for watching. Look for a new episode this Sunday.
And here's your only at Harvard moment.
I can't speak to blowjobs. I find them disrespectful and disgusting. But I mean, that's like...
Well, 69, that's very equitable.
My personal opinion. Lena can probably help you out more in this department.